welcome back to my channel, Paper Therapy with Amy. I'm Amy, and today I'm going to make a layout where we visited Apple Orchard. So I thought this was perfect paper. This paper is exclusive. It only comes in the workshop kit. And this paper is also exclusive. Check that out. And I'm going to show you how you can make this one. Well, maybe not quite this one, because this is an old retired color. But it went so well with my pictures, I'm gonna go with it. Like I said, you guys all know I'm on a mission to use up my stash. So I did want to go with it. So I'm gonna show you, first things first, how I made that sheet. So I'm just gonna bring in the back of my all-purpose mat. Take a seat here. Get my head in the way probably. All right, and then I'm gonna bring in some espresso ink. I guess I could show it like that. And I'm gonna bring in my new stamp set. It is called, let's check it out, Design Elements. And let's put it on, I can't find the paper that goes in there. Oh, here we go. Let's put it on this so that we can actually see it. So this is Design Elements, and I'm going to use this stamp here it's like a peeling paint to pattern the background. So I've already got it on my block because I already did that other sheet that you saw. And you see this sheet's all bent here. It's because it's so old, but I'm not going to use the whole thing. So I think it'll be okay. So what I discovered is the lines kind of crackle this way and this way. So you can use it this way or this way, but if you use it on an angle, then it kind of shows. So the best thing is to go off the edge. And then I find flipping it around really works too, because it kind of has this jagged edge here. And you can kind of second generation it just to like, see, and this way works too. It actually is just fine because the lines kind of go either like they're like this or they're like this, but they don't go on an angle. So it's, when I used it on an angle, it was more noticeable. It's fine. I'm going to use it anyway. I can show you it's on the other sheet. So can you see it? Right here, this one is angled. And then there's kind of one here. So it is kind of noticeable. So I just won't do that again, but I'm still going to use that sheet. Oops, I went a little crooked there. If I would put it straight on the block, but kind of a haphazard type girl. So you kind of get the idea. I think. Just trying not to get it all over the back of my. Now I'm going crooked almost every time, but it's pretty forgiving. It does help to flip it around because then you don't see how you see all these lines, but that's mostly going to be covered up because it's in the center. But you'll notice that it does kind of help to flip it around because then you don't see that. Okay, I'm going to quit. I'm going to do this off camera and I'm going to bring in my mats and my photos. Okay, I'm going to bring in my photos and I'm going to show you, you're right away going to see why I wanted this reddish color that's not really mocha, because mocha is what's in this paper pack. So this is an apple orchard in British Columbia that we went to with our family. I think I want this truck maybe on the top. Look at that truck. Isn't that perfect for this paper pack? Like, and you know, I have to tell you a secret about this truck. I saw it, but I didn't take a picture of it. So my friend Kim, she had been there the year before and she took a picture of it. So she sent me her picture. I did see it though. Anyways, yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I don't love this picture, but with how I'm going to do the title, I want to overlap it a bit. So I think this picture's just been zoomed in, so it's a bit grainy. I do love it. It's the apple orchard. But I just thought these on top. Well, I can change that later. You know me, I always change things around lots. Okay, so now I want to put this on top and bottom. So let's just check out how it's going to look and see if it's going to be enough pattern or how I'm going to feel about that. So I'm going to leave a trim. So this is kind of the idea that it's going to be. So you're not going to see much. So I might want to be strategic to make sure I get the apple trees, like there's one right here. I could overlap it a little bit more because there is space, so that there's just a little bit on top and bottom. Or another option is I could bring it down to the bottom and I could just have this print at the top. I don't know why I took that out of there. Just to keep you guessing. So then I would just have that at the top. I would be strategic about how I cut it though, because I don't like I think I'll go make sure I have the trucks and the trees, because that's kind of what I want. It's hard to decide. I think I'm going to cut 2-inch strips, and that way I have extra, or maybe 1.5 would be good enough. And I can kind of see which strips look the best, because I kind of like it better on top and bottom than just on the top. Maybe just on the bottom, all the way across the bottom. No, I think I'm gonna like it better centered in there. So I'm gonna try cutting a few strips and we're gonna see how this goes. One sheet of this, guys, one shot. So I'm gonna go with, if I do 1.5, yeah, the whole truck's on then. This truck here and this apple tree here. So maybe I'll do 1 3/4. I just have to have 4. So out of 12 inches, I should get 6 if I was cutting 2 inches, right? Because 2 times 6 is 12. So 1 3/4 should be fine. Okay, 1 3/4. Again, I got a truck and an apple tree. 1 3/4. There's a truck and an apple tree. And last but not least, 1 3/4. And just an apple tree, no truck on that one. Let me think about it. Okay, so of course I didn't cut those off. That's okay, I can do it later. Now, if I put that right up against, so I'll probably slide it under or I'll slide these over. I feel like it's not quite enough, so let's try it over. And I can definitely like overlap this onto here if I want to. Just to come up a bit more. Okay. I'll just tuck this guy under here. I'm thinking about cutting, the reason I'm not doing it yet is because I'm thinking about cutting a strip off so I get the truck and the apple tree again. I know it's a small thing that probably nobody else sees, but I'm fussy like that. I don't love the barn half cut off either. So I could try and make sure there's a full barn on this one. That's another idea. I do find once you ink around the edges, it makes a big difference though. So then it would be like this, and it would have to go over it again. They just, of course, have to meet like that. There we go. Silly thing. All right, guys, what do we think? I think it's a bit busy, personally. So I'm kind of wondering if I should go down like this and then have something else also. Maybe something that combines my colors, like, and then this is kind of like a header. I don't like it on the bottom because I find it's quite light colored, and I like the anchoring of the dark color on the bottom. That might all be in my head, but I'm just sharing with you how my brain works, in case you wanted to know. So there's a couple options. Actually, the sticker sheet has those plaid strips. Let's find those guys right here. Get out my baggie. And there's also the trucks, the zip strip that has the trucks. So they might not work quite right because it's the other brown. I'm gonna try, the fence is kind of cute too, but I'm gonna try the plaid strips because I think like they might work good. Yeah, because there we go. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, I like it. Do you guys like it? I love it. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. So I'm gonna do my background up and I'll be right back. I've got the papers in the background glued down, and I'm just going to add in the embellishments. I cut that plaid strip at the top in half because I liked just a little bit of it showing. And I'm using, all my embellishments are coming from the workshop bits and pieces, the extra bits and pieces that you get. So here is the title that I've decided on. I had hoped to have this video out before the end of the sale because this is the serif alphabet that was in the sale. These little flag banners, they came all from the extra bits and pieces, once again, from the workshop kit. And then I didn't have quite enough, so I used that cloud that I just showed you to cut a few more of the off-white ones. I'm just using the mocha ink to sort of darken the letters because they're also cut from a brown strip that was in the workshop kit of the punch out sheet. So I'm just darkening them into a more of a reddy color because I want them to match the background a little better. So you can see here now that I've placed down the word orchard in those flags, and you can see that I've used those letters, and I wanted to carry over having flags on the other side of the page. So those are also punch outs, and I think I may have made an extra one that I add later out of the cream paper once again. These half circles, most things are from the punch out sheets that come with the workshop collection, but I also am using some of the stickers that are on the regular paper collection when you get the sticker sheet. I often purchase the workshop and then I use some of the punch out and little bits and pieces, but I don't use all of them, and then I end up with a bunch left over. And I have paper packs that are all partially used, and this time I'm really on a mission to use up what I've purchased with this paper pack. That little heart banner came from my stash. It was in a recent collection. But most everything else is still available right now. I do foresee that this paper pack is not going to last long. I think it's very well liked. I think that the colors are very, lend themselves to a lot of different projects, so it won't last a very long time. So if you're interested in this paper collection, hop on over to my shopping page and pick it up for yourself. Also, if you're enjoying this video and seeing this layout come together and you want to see more from me, please subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up down below the video just to let YouTube know that you like the content that you're seeing. I decided that I really wanted to beef up the embellishments that are kind of with those little flags in the corner there. So that's when I decided to add the grateful to the top. So I'm kind of stealing from the other embellishment clusters and finding a few more extra bits and pieces to be able to add to that top cluster to kind of finish off my layout. That truck's gonna make some more moves, but eventually it will end up down on the left-hand side by the title. This is totally my method of scrapbooking to find a home for the pictures and then add in the embellishments and move them around until I'm kind of happy with the layout and the composition and how I've spread the embellishments over the page. So I have everything glued down. I use this Precision Art Barely Art glue for doing these swirls on the strings, and I just place a block on them once I've kind of swirled the glue and laid them on there. Then I just place a block to let them dry, so they're pretty firmly on there. This was Davison's Orchard, so I just want to stamp that, and I wanted to show you, sorry, it's a little bit close. There is a line on the stamp right here. Can you see that? Just right there, you can see it. And that's there so that you can use it to place your stamps straight. So this is what I do, and then I would take a piece of scrap paper. So I've got a little piece here, and I'm going to do it in espresso. And I don't have a sponge underneath, but that's okay because this is just my practice. So then what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do apostrophe S yet on here, but I have to reuse the S. So just going to go like this. In this case, it would have been better to use some brown, but I just want to see how it looks there. Then you can kind of picture it in that spot. So I don't want to put it like this because I need the apostrophe S. So I need to remind myself to stay kind of here above the C. Now I'm going to take this. Okay, we're going to go like this. So this is the spongy back. And also this is when we look if it's straight, and it is. It looks good to me. So here's my block. And you want to make sure there's no ink on the rest of the block because you're going right on your layout. So if you put ink on there, then that's it. It's inked. Oop, I wiped it with my finger. Okay. And then remember I said kind of above the C. So I'm going to go right there and look that I have it straight. Now I need apostrophe S, so I'm just going to take the S off of here. I have a little block here. Okay. Again, and I also wanted to add some hearts, so I have a few here. Maybe one here would be good, and then maybe a smaller one. Think about that. And then I have this little guy. It's kind of, I don't really like when the blue and the white show through, so I like it down there a little better. Or I could possibly put it. The other option is to put it up here and put something in behind it. So that could go there. That looks a little better. I like that with the white in behind. Okay, with that, I like it that way. after school, my dog, people are walking by and she just can't contain herself. The white one and then this one. So let's do that. It is nice that this glue dries really clear if you don't get it quite right. There we go. I wanted to add this little banner. I like 3 banners better, and it brings that harbor color around the page. It's just from the sticker sheet. And I wanted a couple of word phrases from the sticker sheet as well. So I've chosen a few to put here and there. And this little finishing touch is I used the heart in this owl punch that I have to punch little heart stickers from one of the arrows on the sticker sheet in kind of a harbor color. I just wanted a few more little bits of harbor here and there. Well, it's time for the end of the video close-up, so I'm just going to bring this in. I really enjoyed making this title, and I love how my swirls on my ends of my rope. I think that was just a fun way to just leave it. A little bit of glue here. I could still use the, I want to call it the magic eraser, the rub and remove eraser. There, take a little bit more of that glue off. And then this side. So I've got, this is sort of one embellishment area and then one there and one there. So it is kind of a triangle. I just did these flags to kind of give a tie-in so that there's flags on both sides. And I have to do a little journaling about how we ate a piece of pie there. It was so delicious. So yeah, that is the layout. Thanks for tuning in again, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.